Hello one and all, welcome back to more Let's Play Persona 3 FES and the next few trades. How you all doing? In the last part, we got a dog! So that's pretty swell. And this dog can use a persona, and I haven't gotten to actually see the dog use a persona or fight yet, and I've decided that I want to do that now. So we're gonna head on over to Tartarus and see if we can make ourselves any progress. I also checked to see the dog's level, or Koromaru, I should actually say his name. He is slightly stronger than us as far as level is concerned, so we're not terribly underleveled by the game's standards, but we could be doing better. And at the very bare minimum, I'd like to take an attempt at being able to, get to the next barricade. Or failing that much, at least get through the barricade that I know got opened. I feel like that's a pretty safe and fair thing to want to try and do. So, once again, we return to Tartarus. But this time, we have a dog! And that is amazing. Alright, my team has definitely gotten a little bit crazy lately. Alright, so, yep, I'm gonna obviously take Yukari because she got the heals. I want to take Aigis because she is powerful and cool. And I want to take the dog because the dog has a knife! And when dogs got knives, you know you're in for a good time. Let me tell you. Alrighty, let's all just jump as far ahead as we possibly can and see what happens. I also definitely need to use that Jack Bros technique. That is important. There's a really powerful enemy near the middle. Be careful. I promise you nothing. Oh, it's one of these fellows I see. All right, well, everybody, prepare yourselves. We're about to fight what can only be described as some kind of, I don't even know, Chinaware thing. Isn't that like Chinaware? Isn't that the name of like fancy plates? I'm not sure. Whatever. It's going to be broken and it's going to be great. So everybody just give me your all here. Because we got a dog.
Be careful. This Hierophant is quite powerful.
I thought it was a Hierophant, not a font, but okay, my bad. I guess I shall forever call you Comic Sans. Oh, all right. I would have come up with a better font, but none immediately sprung to mind. Impact. I don't know. Sans Serif. So that never does anything, but we should always check. And seeing as how we don't have Akihiko with us right now, now is definitely the time to see if electricity is its bane. The answer to that is a resounding no. Don't do that. Dog butt! Ah! All right. Well, let's hit him with a big old fire. All right, so I'm just gonna go out on a limb here and say that maybe this thing is capable of reflecting all magic. How do you feel about arrows? All right, well, I guess we won't know. Well, this is immediately taken a very severe turn. Huh. All right, okay. Well, let's just use some physical attacks and see what happens.
The enemy is still alive.
Yeah, it's gonna be that way for a while, I feel. Okay, so mild problem. It's probably nothing worth concerning ourselves over, but I don't exactly have a lot of items for healing that sort of stuff. And you can also increase allies' hit evasion. That's good. But let's see what you do, doggo. Hell yeah, that's a flippy doggo with a knife. That is everything I wanted it to be. All right, do you have something that maybe heals that? You don't. You have something that actually revives people now? That's really good. All right, well, we'll just go ahead with this first and foremost. The fight is not starting off super fantastic. I freely admit this.
When you fall, get right back up.
All right, so here's the real pressing issue right now. Yeah, two of my team members kind of sort of have a weakness to electricity, and that kind of seems to be this entire creature's MO. So, they're kind of knocking over my primary healer and attacker at the same time. And doing that is a really good way of being able to cripple any and all possible abilities that I have. Okay, well, if that's the way we're gonna be, I'm going to explore all possible avenues here then. Fine. If we're going to lose, let's make sure that I'm not completely idiotic here. At least not more so than normal. Because I keep feeling like you've learned the next tier of wind magic, but you never have. Okay, so you're not immune to all magic. That's good to know. I would like to try out one more style of magics and see if that does anything. Except I can't because I fell over. That's always a problem. Alright. Flippo the doggo! And just... yeah, media. I mean, I can't just give up. That's definitely not the type of thing that I'm down for doing. I gotta at least do my best. Even if it is entirely pointless.
When you fall, get right back up. Yukari-chan is seriously hurt.
Yeah, we're definitely not going to be able to do much here. Let me just try using my ice magic. Just very quickly. Alright, so yeah. It's really kind of annoying how, even after I've figured out stuff, it still doesn't actually tell me any of that stuff. Okay, so it's not weak to wind, but it can be hit by wind. I feel like the best course of action is... I'm not entirely sure what the best idea for this fight is. I don't really have anybody else who's gonna be that great at healing. Yeah, this could be a bit of a problem, actually. Alright, well, I'll just do some experimenting.
Such persistence. Yes! Chan, the enemy's off balance.
Alright, so I just want everybody to see this dog's face. My god. Alright, so I actually just started up this fight. I brought Akihiko and Mitsuru this time. I'm not actually too confident about this. Akihiko's pretty good, but Mitsuru's actually extraordinarily underleveled due to misuse, or underuse. Actually, in retrospect, I probably should have gone with Junpei, but I digress. We are going to give it our all here, and hopefully things will work out, and if not, I'll have to figure something else out. It could potentially end up meaning I might have to do some training, which would certainly be a bit of a pain, but I'll do it if I've gotta. As is, I'm just gonna do what I can, heal when I have to. We'll see what happens. Alright, so I'm in the middle of training because, wouldn't you know it, the whole thing did not work out for me in the end, so, yeah, I kind of need some characters to be a little bit stronger in order to be able to hold their weight and actually make things work out for me. In the meantime, however, I thought you guys might be interested in seeing this, because I haven't done it before, and it's something that I need to do, so... yeah, I don't really think that was worth the SP investment, if I'm being perfectly honest. But I did it, so that's a challenge done. We can cash that one in a little bit. To put things mildly, things have been going very poorly for me. And honestly, I'd say that's actually a really big disservice to the word, because it's almost like there are no words to actually properly describe how poorly things have been going for me. I'm trying to level up to the best I can, but the problem being, the enemies really don't give me that much EXP when I beat them. Even when I'm lucky enough to get the Arcana cards necessary to boost experience even more, I still need to do at least like 15 of them to level up once. It is not easy. Yukari got completely bum-rushed and kill-striked and knocked out in a single, attack with Kill Rush and stuff of that nonsense. Anyway, what a charming operetta from the two brothers. Operetta, In any case, I would gladly summon them just to watch that again. Please accept your reward. Yeah, some Bufalo gems, that's nice and all. Not bad, I suppose. Thank you. Thank you, I suppose. Is there anything else I could conceivably grab onto while I'm here? Perform justice. I'll need a regular angel and a higher class of angel. Oh, well, is that all I gotta do? Oh, boy. Okay, well, fair enough. Not really much of anything that I could think of even being able to do. Can I not cancel these things? Alright, well, I'm not gonna give up. I'm gonna keep at it. I didn't really need to train up Yukari. I was just using her for the ability to heal everybody else up who was training. Anyway, yeah, I looked it over, and Junpei would have been an even worse option because he was an even lower level than Mitsuru was. It is a big conundrum I'm having right now. I'll figure something out somehow. Okay, well, that was really freaking awesome. Hell yeah! Way to go, Koromaru! Alright, so, things are looking like they're probably gonna be okay. There really is nothing... There's no better feeling than having recorded for about 55 minutes, knowing full well that you've only really got about maybe 6 or 7 minutes worth of actual video footage available. Anyway, long story short, I've been kind of just brute forcing it this entire time. I'm just slashing away at them to the best of my ability, healing when I need to heal, trying to keep everybody on the level, doing my absolute best. Luckily, you know what, I'm not even gonna say something just in case it might end up jinxing things. So far, things seem to have been working out relatively well for me, all things considered. Like, you'd think stuff like that would really be a problem. Luckily, during, like, one of the 2 level ups that she got, she's actually got one of the better healing spells, so that's actually made a world of difference. Of course, if literally any one of us goes down, this whole entire, I don't know, what feels like maybe like 15-minute long battle is going to completely fall apart. And ideally, I'd rather not have that happen. So, see, now that's a really bad problem. Yeah. Okay, I don't really have the ability to do anything about that. At all, really. Alright, well. If he dies, we're just straight up doomed. If you die, we're inconvenienced. And luckily, the fight is close to being over enough that it might end up working out. Possibly. We are about to find out. It doesn't have a ton of this stuff. Yeah, cool. Wish you wouldn't do that. Really wish you wouldn't do that. Okay. Unfortunately, healing would just end up making you lose a bunch of your health anyway, making the whole thing kind of incredibly pointless. So, we're just really close. So if we could just maybe... Okay. Of all the times to not do that, it would be now. So if you don't mind, could you just die? Die.
We did it.
Oh my god. That fight really didn't want to go in my favor at all. It really didn't. It really super freaking didn't. Okay, so that was pretty much the worst. If the bulk of my team didn't need to get replaced with other characters, then it wouldn't really have been too bad of a problem, but my god. Okay, so with that all being said, despite the fact that I've made basically 0 progress whatsoever, and as much as I'd like to continue forward with, you know, the actual team that I want to use, I can't because one of them is passed out. So we're just gonna straight up leave for now. That's really all I can do. I'm gonna wait till everybody's feeling good again, then we'll come back, and maybe then we'll be able to make something resembling progress. No promises, absolutely no promises whatsoever. But wow, that was definitely an event. Summer vacation will be over soon. So what are you gonna do with your free time? I don't even know, man. I do not even know. Oh, we're going to see Junpei.
It's scorching hot out here.
Hence the lack of sleeves, I assume.
Shoot, it's already the 20th. Summer break's almost over.
You had to check the clock to see that? How do you not know what day it is?
Too bad there's nothing to do.
I mean, I say that. I never forget what day it is. I just forget what day of the week it is. It blurs together. But, you know, other than that, still.
This place is so boring.
Says the guy who goes into an alternate dimension to fight... Well, he's not an alternate dimension, but like a space-time continuum rift to fight shadow monsters. Well, granted, he hasn't done anything in a very long time. Oh, no! Junpei, don't.
Get out of my way.
Yes, please, Junpei, just don't.
I can't see. Move.
Sorry.
Don't.
What do you want?
Literally do not, Junpei?
Nothing. My bad.
Yeah, just walk away.
Dude, what's with that outfit?
I don't know. It doesn't seem that unusual.
And what the hell is she drawing?
That I don't know.
Man, I'll never understand ours.
I physically can't see from this angle.
Oh well.
You know, it's phenomenally convenient that she was inexplicably not with those other two that one time that we ended up meeting them. I can only assume that might have been deliberate on their part, but I don't know. I find it all very suspicious. All right, well, we're going to need everybody to heal up a little bit, or at least specifically Yukari. Imagine my extraordinary weakness to electrical attacks is probably going to be a huge problem. It wouldn't be nearly as big of a problem if I could guard, but that's apparently not a thing. I need to work on my summer vacation homework, because I'm a big old nerd, you see. That's all I know, is how to be a nerd. Junpei-kun said he's going to do his all at once. How you plan to finish yours? I didn't know there was any. Good, that's the easiest way to do it. So I've been doing my homework every day, so I'm almost done with it. Good for you, good for you. I didn't know there was any. And so I chose to not do it at all. All right, well, with that all being done and said and what have ye, I guess we'll just keep going to the shrine. Sorry, I am more than a little frazzle-dazzled what with everything that just went through. I was in Tartarus for like an entire hour and I accomplished basically nothing. It's a really frustrating set of circumstances. So now I really need to go in there and make some progress, or I'm just not going to be able to live it down. You spent time, and the relationship could get stronger soon, as my microphone decides to do a dive bomb backwards. I don't even know if you would be able to tell the difference there, but that's not good.
Greetings.
Hello, Igus. The next full moon will appear on the 5th of September. Indeed it will. We will have 2 weeks to prepare for the shadow. Yeah, we definitely need to get stronger. Of that much I'm sure. Hey, Ai-chan, you want to get some ice cream? What? That will not help us prepare. Moreover, ice cream rots away human teeth, does it not? Nah, ice cream's one of the 4 basic food groups. Alright, well, that's definitely something. Hey, you want to go for a walkie? He's looking at you pleadingly. He seems to want to go for a walk. Let us walk, Koromaru. Let us be friends with Doggo. No social link for Doggo, even though there was a social link for a fox in the sequel. Anyway, he is frolicking happily. He seems to have picked something up. A mad bull? Cool. The dog found an energy drink somewhere. He decided to go back to the dorm. Your guess is as good as mine as to where he got it. All right then, what will I do? Sleep. Because what if we learned about studying people? It's for fools and scoundrels, and nobody wants to deal with it. Let me tell you. You just don't bother with studying. It gets you nowhere. Your condition has improved because you rested. I didn't know my condition was bad. That would have been good to know. Yes, yes, you don't need to continue telling me that it's going to be over. Well, this could either be good or bad. Hello. Hey! Oh, actually, I think I can totally do that. I think I can spend time with you, and it won't advance the social link, so it'll be okay. Maybe we'll learn a new way to inspire the team. What do you think? Want to go? Yeah, I don't see why not. Yeah. It'll make me feel slightly better. Ever so slightly better about everything. All right, okay, yeah. I'm down for that. I am so sorry for not spending any time with you up to a certain point. This game's romance system is incredibly flawed. The theater is crowded because of the movie marathon. Today they're showing sports films. Ooh, not exactly fun in any shape, way, or form, but if it makes you happy, oh, I can't wait, let's go find our seats. And I will assume that you are happy about that. You feel inspired by the athletes in the movies you watched. Your courage has increased. Wow, that was amazing. I'm so glad we went. Let's head home. All right, and after I said go, I say bye to Yuko, and I feel slightly less terrible. Not a lot, but a little bit. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to cut you off there. Only 10 days left of summer break. You look really bored, Junpei. What's wrong with that? It takes a lot of maturity to fully appreciate boredom. Yeah, you're real mature. Mature like manure. Look who's talking, Yucatan. You're the one who's afraid of ghosts. Shut up, stupid! Stupid! You stop that. Anyway, so, is Yukari perhaps feeling better now? Is that if not, everyone's okay today. All right. You mind me double checking just to be sure? Okay, she's good. I guess is good. She's good, doesn't really matter. He's good, that really doesn't matter. He's good, all right. But the doggo's doing all right. Okay. All right, yes. I would like to go back to Tartarus. I would like to actually make something resembling progress. I've got a bunch of days left, and wouldn't you know it, I need to soothe my ego somewhat, somehow, some way, if possible. Who knows? Who knows? Actually, in those 2 days, I actually could have probably spent more time with Margaret. That's unfortunate. All right, well, I've made my choice on my team. I am aware that I'm weak to electricity and it's a serious problem. But I made my dang choice. I will find a way around it. If I'm strong enough, it won't even matter. I just need to have really strong healing abilities is all. There's no problem. I can make it work. And besides, it's not like all enemies are going to have electric magic. Some, yes, but not all. I mean, if I'm dealing with, you know, with fire or wind, you know, that's not going to be a problem for me at all. So it's all good. We're gonna make it work. All right, so are you tired? Please don't push yourself too hard. Yeah, I just got here, Fuka. I don't know why you would suggest that. Like, I literally just stepped foot in this place today. I don't know where that came from. Stabby! There we go. I must now wreak my fiery vengeance upon all of you.
They seem rattled.
Good. I hope that they're not only rattled, but dead.
Found the enemy.
That's my personal hope and desire, above all else, is for all of my enemies to be rended asunder. Much like that.
That was a great battle.
It was a short battle that I ultimately completely defeated without any problem. So, yeah, I suppose you could call that a great battle. I guess it depends entirely on your definition. But check that out. Okay, so that was 4 enemies on floor 86. Okay, so we got all that figured out, right? Okay, so now check it out. Check how much experience I need before my next one. 1,170. That means I need to at least do like, unless I had to redo that specific fight with that many enemies at least like 10 times. Give or take, depending on, you know, arcanas and all that stuff, in order to actually level up. It's absurd! It just feels like it's so slow. Well, why you gotta be all like that? Alright, fine. Just gotta do that. Yeah, fun fact about the ability to revive your teammates, it doesn't really do a whole lot when the person who gets knocked out is the person who's supposed to be able to revive people. Becomes a real severe problem, as you might imagine. Alright. Now, I admit, the enemies aren't that strong, but at the same time, I don't know. Maybe I'm really far back and I just didn't realize it. Maybe I'm that underleveled. Like, maybe at this point I should be much further in? Maybe that's the problem? Because I have a hard time believing it's just, oh, it's the game's fault, blah, 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 and then, you know, yell about that. I don't think I should be doing that. I feel like there must be just something I'm missing here, or maybe I'm slacking. I don't know. So let's try and turn this whole thing around. What we know is that the enemies here ain't doing much for us anymore, or really ever had at any point. So let's just go up a few floors and see what we here can do and not get sucker punched. Above all else, I do not want to get sucker punched. So do not even do that. And shoot the beetle. All right, cool. Would have been nice if Yukari could have attacked before the beetle did, but oh, she actually did. You'll have to forgive me. I'm in fact quite used to that not being a thing. All right, now to kill this horrible monstrosity. Your gross wiggly legs of awfulness shall no longer be seen by man nor hide nor beast. That much I can tell you. All right, and I keep mixing up all my metaphors and what have you, and ended up sounding like a big jumbled up big old mess, and I couldn't tell. I couldn't tell which one was which. Ugh. They all went off screen too fast for me to be able to actually have read them properly. Ugh, that sucks. All right. Let's just go up. I bet you by the time we hit the 100th floor, things will be good. This zone seems to end there, but the path to the next zone should be open. Please search carefully. Indeed. Old document 04. Thank you. All right. Ugh. Maybe one of those things is something that Elizabeth wants at this point. I feel like I've already missed the mark on a couple of those, which is a huge pain in the butt. That's fine. It's fine. All right. Floor 90, but not a new block. Something seems different about the enemies around you. If that means they're stronger and gives me better loots, then I'm going to consider it a net positive. And there we go. We got initiative. Always what I want.
There are 3 of them. Strike first.
That's the plan, Sam. And I know your name ain't Sam, but, you know, there we go. All right. The puddle is weak to that stuff. Let's see. Are you weak to wind, giant stone arm with a sword? Okay, you are.
There are 3 enemies
That's
left.
extraordinarily lucky for me. Thank you. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Did not expect that to work.
For an all-out attack.
And so we shall. There we go. All right. So how we doing when it comes to experience from giant stone arms? Ooh. Oh, hey, there's also Legion, though. Cool. That was the 1 out of the 3 I definitely did not want to grab. All right, hey, 323. All right, if that's the kind of stuff we're getting from people.
Yes, my skill level has increased.
Dun-da-la-la-la-la.
My level of aptitude has increased.
Well, good. That is fantastic. That is exactly everything that we would want. And stab your buns. Always stab them in the buns. All right, we know that wind is the magic thing here. Wow, okay.
Enemies down. Attack again.
Yeah, all right, well.
Nice.
All right, either I'm phenomenally lucky or for some reason those creatures are weak to slashing moves. I find that to be somewhat unlikely if I'm being perfectly honest.
What an easy win.
But, all right, well, there you go. Let's, ooh, that's a big pile of money, though. Oh, what if I wanted the money? But I need more strength. All right, well, the enemies here are definitely giving me more experience to work with. So that is definitely what we're going to continue to do. And I'll stab you! I will stab you until there is nothing left to stab. Uh-oh.
Strike first. Give me a sec.
We've got a bunch of new, no good Nick fools who want to do battle. Not good. All right, ice is not the magic cure-all.
Help me.
How about wind? Didn't think that was gonna work, but it was worth a shot. Oh, hey, you got yourself Rakukakakakakacha. That's pretty cool. All right, well, when you can't find an elemental weakness, just punch the ever-loving hell out of them until they die.
It's weak against fire. Try ice.
Then that is exactly what I will do. Thank you for the update. There we go. I really enjoy pretty much almost everything about Koromaru.
Good boy, Koro-chan. 2 more to go.
Like, there is just way too much things that are cool about this dog than there should be, if I'm being completely honest. There we go.
Defeated another one.
Take him down. Roar. Woof woof, I am a dog full of rage. Can't imagine why anybody wouldn't want to have Koromaru on the team. That is just so silly. Ah, it's wonderful. I love it. Fantastic. All right, now give me that experience boost is what I want. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I can now store up to 12 personas. Cool, 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 cool. Good, good. The more I level up, the better. And then I can get even stronger personas. That being said, what am I going to need for the next one? Okay, 3,620. Well, if I'm getting 200 to 300 EXP per fight, that's not as bad. And if the enemies continue to, you know, escalate, literally nothing. I wanted to stab the monster. All right, cool. Well, I would have been able to stab it and gotten the initiative if that worked out better, but it didn't.
Be careful.
All right, don't you worry about it. Don't you be freaking out on me there, Fuka. Don't worry, I've got magical powers. I definitely had a multi-hitting fire attack. I knew that much. I didn't think to use fire on these dudes because, you know, the original versions of these bird monsters had fire magic and were in fact resistant or immune to it. So you just kind of mentally condition yourself to think that that would be a bad idea right from the onset.
That was easy.
All right. Oh, something inside me has changed. That is good. I would gladly take that. Has learned that. All right, so an interesting thing I can't help but notice about my teammates is that they don't learn, like, different stackable spells. Like, I noticed that you can't learn Dia and Diorama at the same time. Like, Mitsuru's Dia just turned into Diorama. And that's a interesting, kind of annoying, because I like being able to use lesser versions when the situation calls for it. Anyway, it might take a while, so please move on. Yes, yes. You know, you could always just decide to start talking to us when you actually have information and not interrupt us just to say, well, I don't really have anything to tell you guys, but, you know, maybe I will eventually. I'm not turning my nose up at your help. It's, you know, it's been nearly almost completely indispensable. Like, it's been incredibly helpful and useful, and I wouldn't ever turn it down. It's just, come on now.
That was too easy.
Yeah, like, just because you can talk doesn't mean you need to all the dang time. Like, take it easy, girl, okay? Just do what you can, and when things are good and you got something to say, speak up. You don't gotta say something each time. That's all. I feel like you're putting unnecessary amounts of pressure on yourself to feel like you need to be super useful all the dang time. You don't. It's all good.
There are 2 enemies.
There are indeed 2 enemies. See, that's exactly the type of thing I'm talking about.
Off balance. Attack.
Like, I can generally count how many enemies there are. I can, for the most part, tell when they've been knocked over and are susceptible to an all-out attack, stuff to that effect.
Great battle.
I don't mind that part. You can gladly, like, congratulate us at the end of any battle. That's fine. That works out just great. So, it's just my opinion is all. Alright. Well, taking care of all that. Yeah! I stab you from the high ground! What you gonna do about it?
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
Alright. Well, I've already got someone that can use fire, so I should actually focus my efforts on using a spell that my other characters cannot. Which would be either ice or electric. I'm gonna go with electric. Here's hoping it's not ice that ended up being the thing I needed. Hard to say.
Enemies left.
Alright, now we try the wind approach. Alrighty, then we try the bludgeon them to death approach.
3 remain. The enemies.
Of course it's ice! Of course it's ice! Why on earth wouldn't it have been ice? I am a complete buffoon. Obviously. I always try ice first, and the one time that I didn't, it turns out that that's what I needed to do. Ain't that just always the way? Alright, well,
Enemy.
luckily for me, bullets work pretty well too. Alright, I'd actually like to grab Legion. There he is. There's my old boy. There's my guy. The first fused persona I ever created. Alright, so what do you got there, Legion? Assaulti, Polypia, Repellion. Yeah, you're not very good. But you were phenomenal when I got you, because you were massively stronger than I was when I accidentally fused you. So I'll always have good memories of that weird writhing mass of organs and faces, which is an incredibly weird sentence. I mean, at the time, I was offended and appalled that it happened, and I did not care for it. I was also incredibly confused, because, in case you did not watch my Persona 4 Let's Play, you really should. I don't remember what you were weak to. Weak to wind, gotcha. But the first time I ever tried to fuse anything in a Persona game ever, I tried to fuse up Jack Frost, and instead I got Legion, and I did not know why. Imagine the game explains to you how fusion works. You forget that you can do it, and then eventually, when you remember that you can, and you go forward to do it, you try to make something for the first time ever, and that's your first example. You tell the game you want Jack Frost, and instead it gives you Legion. You start to question just what on earth happened. That's what you do. There we go. Lots and lots and lots of experience, please. As we continue to climb, you think we'll actually be able to get to floor 100? I wonder how many floors of a building there can be before it becomes structurally, like, impossible to actually function. But I need some more time to figure out what it is. I'm not sure. I know I've heard about the tallest buildings in the world, but I'm not sure how many floors are on the tallest buildings in the world. Also, I wonder, like,
3 enemies.
do you think you need to, like, in order to be called one of the tallest buildings in the world, like, what makes a building, I wonder, specifically, you know? Like, does a structure need a certain amount of things inside of it to be considered a building? And not just, you know, a random, you know, not just a structure? I feel like that there has to be some sort of stipulation, like you need staircases or an elevator or things to that effect, you know? I've never actually looked into it, but, you know, when you're running around inside Tartarus and you feel like you got nothing else to really do or think about, you start thinking about a lot of weird stuff. Anyway, get over here, you. If you'd be so kind as to let me get to level 30 already, well, it sure would be appreciated. Die, monster! To say you don't belong in this world would be an understatement of the century. Alright, so here's a thing. I don't suppose literally any of you have a singular lightning-based attack? Because it would be incredibly helpful if you did. Ooh, I do! Alright, that works out. Then we knock you over with your Zeo. But the problem is, yeah, I can't really do anything about that now, can I? Unfortunate. Alright. I don't remember if I got initiative or not. I'm pretty sure that I did. Indeed, he somehow managed to dodge literally all of the bullets, which is unfortunate. Alright, now, something I'm pretty sure I actually don't have is a single hit. Oh, no, never mind, I do. I was like, do I have a single-hitting ice ability? I do. I actually do. Thank you, Fortuna! Your skills in tuna fish will not be forgotten this day, I assure you. I sure hope my characters are strong enough to be able to finish everybody off in an all-out attack, but I guess that doesn't matter at all anymore because the whole plan and strategy is completely falling apart and everything is going to go horribly wrong for me. So, never mind. Cool. Ah, that's a handy ability to have that I really wish you didn't. And I guess I'd rather you take away the HP than the SP. Yep, they do that sometimes. Not terribly often, mind you, but, you know, just enough to be incredibly frustrating. Alright, so let's just do this. That I definitely did. Well, my prior worry about perhaps not having done enough damage to kill everything in an all-out attack should theoretically not be a problem. Now, which one of you was it? I believe you? It was you. It shouldn't be too much of a problem now that I'm going to be doing a second Zeo! Take him down! Nyah! Yes, yes. Rawr. That's the one downside to Koromaru. Can't say the boy's got a lot of really memorable quotes. You, okay, you're not weak to it, but you're not immune to it, so I'm gonna hit you with a giant fireball, so, later, hater. There we go. Sometimes you just gotta chuck a big honkin' fireball at a dude. It happens, man. It works. Alright, onwards. Just keep on, keeping on, keeping on. I know where it is now, the 98th floor. Oh, I wanted to get to the 100th one. You know, do you think this game is gonna give me a massive anticlimax and not have something really cool or interesting happen on the 100th floor? Oh, well, that's certainly a big problem.
Give me a sec. I'll scan the target.
All right, you go ahead and do that. I'm going to experiment. Okay, so the answer was definitely not that. And I will contemplate, perhaps, running away like a coward. Oh, they're weak to wind. Never mind.
It's weak against Garu skills.
Wow, it is strong to a lot of things. No, do I perhaps have an item in here that might... Garula Gem deals medium wind damage. Yep, using it. Washoosh! An all-out fatal strike. Of course, I guess. All right, just do more than half. Okay, okay, we can make that work. We can make that work. And once again, you don't have a resistance to it, so have a big old fireball. There we go, there we go. And we know electric is an absolutely abysmally awful and terrible idea that we should never do. Where are you, Shisa? There you are, Shisa. And double checking on the ice. Good, 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 good. Let's soften them up. Can't take them down. You can make it easier for the next person who on the combat roll. There we go. Now, we just need to hope desperately that neither of them dodge this. And they didn't. There we go. I'm almost positive that if these enemies were given the chance, they would have completely annihilated us. Seems to kind of be the tradition with the night-based shadows that I end up having to go up against in this series. Ooh, would you look at all this? All right, well, that is a 5. I want it. Let's see. Ah, an item I already have. Cool. I kind of thought that maybe since it was a higher number than I'd ever seen of that Arcana before, that it would have been something better, but it wasn't. So that's cool. Anyway, I got Fatal End, which is medium slash damage to a single... not really something I care about. I guess we'll get rid of Torunda. But really? That didn't let me level up, huh?
Yes, my skill level has increased.
But you leveled up, so you know what? We'll take that. Also, Kaiser Knuckles. Is that what I just read? Hang on. Let me read that up a little bit. It do. And you know what? They're really stronger, and they have better hit. And you know what? I want to see what happens. Yep, so now I've got punchies. All right. You know what? I've never tried it out before. Let's give it a go. Akihiko isn't here, so I'm not cramping anybody's style. And bap! Sucker punching people. You know, I could definitely get used to that. I do not mind the idea of sucker punching shadows in the back of the head. That, quite honestly, sounds phenomenally amazing. And I'm doing more damage. Okay. Did the protagonist just say the persona's name, or did he just have like some kind of dry heaving cough fit? That was a little weird. He went like,
What an easy win.
Mildly concerning. My goodness. All right, let's focus on the money. There we go. Okay, surely I've got to be like ridiculously close to leveling up, right? Like, surely. Yeah, all right. Also, I was already at level 30. I wanted to be at level 31. But yeah, wow, that is interesting. Sucker punch! Yep. No regrets. No regrets on that one.
Two strong enemies. Attack.
I will. As soon as I am not completely and totally incompetent, it's gonna take a while. I appreciate your never-ending patience on that end. Shisa! There we go. It is still really bizarre hearing Yusuke's voice come out of a protagonist. All right, but knock him down. There we go. Strong but not resistant. So, let's actually just hedge our bets. Let's use some wind magic instead, you know? Yeah, that works much better. If we could level up just one more time, we might be strong enough to be able to take care of them with the all-out attacks now. And I don't need to rely on 2 separate sets of electric attacks. Alrighty, not bad. Not bad at all. And a boom-ka-ba-ka-ba! Alright, so pretty fantastic when I can get the advantage, but during a situation where I might not be able to, that's gonna be a problem. Alright, so that's definitely not great. I really hate that even though I'm hitting a weakness, I can't really do anything with it. Alright, well, I have the initiative. Alright, well, let's just beat up the small puddle monsters, why don't we? Yep, they tend to do that when they're not dead. Alright, so I definitely have the ability to do so let us do so. Yeah, like, yo, yeah, no, so that's not the name of the persona. Why is he making that noise? That's such a weird noise to make when summoning a persona. If I didn't know any better, I dare say that this protagonist was slightly nutty in the cocoa. Loco Coco Nutto. Uh-oh. Alright, well, that was lucky. Alright, well, when in doubt, hit it with a fireball. Howl to the moon to summon the arcane fires. And then just, you know, shoot them with bullets. Wait, when your crazy magical powers don't work, focus on using bullets. They just might be more useful than you think. A lot of fiction likes to make like to make bullets and stuff of that effect like incredibly, you know, ineffective. And I understand why, because they want characters to not be able to be taken out by such mundane things. So that's why you need to, like, you know, utilize special types of bullets. You know, make bullets stronger than they are in real life. If we can make fictional characters with, like, you know, swordsmen who can cut through meteors and stuff, surely we can stretch our disbelief a little bit and, you know, believe in bullets that actually do extra damage. Like, you know, I ain't ever played the Devil May Cry games, but I know for a fact Dante, he's able to shoot some dudes with his bullets. All right, how's your punchy form? Wow, okay, that's actually pretty cool. Gonna give you credit for that one. And this is actually coming from a dude who, like, legitimately finds melee weapons to be significantly cooler in every regard than firearms. I feel like even above that, I want to be an equal opportunist when it comes to weaponry. I want to see more weaponry representation from all facets. Man, if I ever somehow, I have no idea how on earth I'd ever end up in the situation where I would be creating a JRPG, but if I was, you can bet your sweet bippy of all sorts that I would try to make it so literally none of the characters have a sword.
My level of aptitude has increased.
That's not because I dislike swords. It's just because, let's be real, every RPG or anime or just about anything that might be in media, swords are the most used item ever. We've seen them done. You know, at least with some characters, they can put a unique spin on it. You know, like Roronoa Zoro from One Piece. That dude's swinging not just 2 swords, he's swinging 3. He's got 1 in his teeth. So that's pretty great. If you're gonna be using swords, at least put a unique spin on them or something, you know? I don't remember exactly where I saw this, but there was also a character that, like, specifically used a broken sword for, like, a symbolic reason. So, I don't know. As long as you're being super unique and interesting about it, I think it's cool. But as far as just, you know, just a straight up, my main hero guy has sword, because that's what all them's got. I feel like that's just, not so great. I feel like it's good enough as time as any to be talking about this sort of stuff. Quite personally, good on you there, Koromaru. My favorite kind of weapon are spears and lances. Because, you know, you might think, well, isn't that just kind of like a sword? Not really. You have to go about using it in an entirely different way than you would a sword. It's more based on reaching and poking and stuff of that general nature, you know? Alright. Well, I like the idea, actually, of using my ice magic here. There we go. Alright. And then we'll use our physical attacks to soften you up a little bit, so that the odds of you going down are higher. Okay, well, apparently it's going to not end up being the case, which is unfortunate. But, I'm still trying, people. I'm trying to devise the best possible strategies that I can in order to get through these things efficiently and in a way that isn't extraordinarily boring and tedious to the viewer. It's a never-ending balance. It's a ballet of competence, of trying to balance all of the various aspects that come of a Let's Play, you know? You gotta be entertaining, you gotta make progress, you gotta trim the fat, but you don't want to cut everything out because some people want to see that stuff. It's a big orchestrated thingamabobbo of that, I assure you. And I am constantly on that tightrope. That's right, the tightrope. It's like a tightrope, but apparently I'm going to say even more insane. I walk that one every single day as I try to make these content-to-y'all videos for y'alls, and I can only hope that you all watch them and go, hey, that was a pretty good use of my time, even when they sometimes get stupidly long. I say a bunch of stupid nonsense, but really I'm just trying to say that I appreciate you all, and I'm glad that you like my videos and that you keep watching them. It means a lot. Some of you dudes have been around here for years, and that is amazing. I want to say there's at least a couple viewers out there who have been watching videos of mine for, like, at least 5 years, and that is crazy. That could have potentially been the entirety of the time you were in high school. That's crazy to think about. And as impossible as it is, if there was somebody who was watching me from the very beginning, then that means you've been watching me for, like, 8, almost 9 years next year, I think? Yeah. In which case, whoa. Alright, well that's far too jumbled for me to be able to do anything with. So, I ain't even gonna try. Double up, you know what? Sure. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Alright, well, I got that. I've welcomed Bareth, and that means I need to get rid of Bareth because it's not a very good persona. Ooh, what a good use of my time. What a phenomenal use of my ability. Alright, I might as well check to see what it is I just picked up. Is something called a Raikou? Yeah, not that good. Didn't think it would be. The Arcana number wasn't all that high. But, I digress. I digress. Alright, the enemy is on the next floor. Please be careful. Whoa. Well, I don't see any reason why I shouldn't. Whoa! Punch first, ask questions later. Well, that's not really where I was going with that. I see no reason why we shouldn't at least attempt to defeat this new enemy. I mean, really, the only thing that was making things so difficult for me last time was the fact that, you know, I was forced to use a weaker teammate because the enemy had a magic spell that took advantage of a weakness 2 of my party members had. And those 2 party members were my healer and main damage dealer. So, obviously, that makes things a little bit tricky, somewhat, I gotta say. Alright. I almost feel like getting the healing item is almost never worth it, quite honestly. I feel like it's more so you should, like, because you can just go back down and, like, the first floor of the Tartarus is basically a freaking Pokemon Center, so why should I have to really think or worry about it that too much? Alright, but we are very, 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 very close to being able to get to even 32! And that is a much better number than 31.
3 enemies. Be careful.
Boy, howdy is there ever. Ho, ho, ho. Alright, Shisa, I require your assistance. I'm a maboofu, your face is off is what I'm about to do. Bada boom. Not bad.
Let us commence with an all-out fatal strike.
I don't know. There's something about the ability to interrupt a character's lines with different lines that's always really funny to me. Even when it's not actually like a sentence or anything that's funny, it's just, I don't know. I just like it. I say there's no point in ever grabbing those items, as I grab one of them. But only because it was pretty much the best option available to me. Alright, so we need to be a bit careful as I don't have any more SP. But if we can get to the next floor, it won't be a problem. Because I'll be able to... Yep, there we go. Oh no! That's a conundrum if there ever was one. Oh.
It got me.
Of course it did. Okay, hang on a second. Ugh, I didn't want to actually have to use something like this, but I gotta actually, you know, I gotta help out my teammates. Can't just leave it all to Yukari. That just straight up would not be right. Then again, these are enemies that she has an extraordinary advantage over, so, realistically speaking... Acrobatic dog! Dog gymnastic. Man, there's an epic, unbelievably good pun buried somewhere in there between acrobatics and dogs. Like, I don't know, maybe use canine, use some other word for acrobatics. There's something in there. Mark my words. And I'm not trying to ask my friend Mark to give me a dictionary, okay? Although that joke does become significantly more funny now that I, you know, because I actually have a friend named Mark. So, that's actually pretty great. Anyway, pointless, but still. I probably should have just gone with the item, then I would have been able to...
My skill level has increased.
Then I would have been able to, at least sell the item I got. Yukari, why did you do that? She was so excited about leveling up, she decided to do this! Thank you for attacking the 2 characters not weak. Not weak to wind. Alright, boy howdy is it ever. Alright. Let's see here. Let's just give you some health back. And then we're just gonna knock him over with some wind magic. No big deal. No big deal.
Here's our chance for an all-out attack.
And let's all just cross our fingers and some of our toes, if you've got the dexterity for it, that we're able to take this fight out before we end up getting ourselves killed. Theoretically, I could do something along the lines of that. That is an option. That is an option. Or I could instead use this.
The enemy is still alive.
All right, that's not ideal. All right, but that's fine, that's fine. Do I have anybody around that can use Garu anything? I do! And this is why I have not gotten rid of Fortuna! The power of Tuna shall persevere over all others. It cannot be stopped, and if you think that it can, you're a big pile of dumb, let me tell you. You can't stop wind, you can stop fire, you can contain water, but what you gonna do with wind? It's all over the damn place. There's too much of it. You can't handle wind, man, you just can't. All right, the thing spins around, but it's just a bunch of the exact same things. Whoa. All right, well, I think we done leveled up. Oh,
You've acquired a new persona ability.
well, thank you for cutting in and interrupting everything, but that is a really good news. What did you learn?
I can tell if an attack will work on the enemy or not.
Okay, well, admittedly, that is incredibly good.
This ability will only work after you've analyzed an enemy.
Never mind, that's not nearly as useful at all. Okay.
Be sure you analyze the enemy so the battle would be easier.
Unless it's a boss fight, in which case analyzing it does absolutely nothing. Cool. All right, well, I mean, could have been worse. I'm not gonna say it's a absolutely terrible ability or anything. It's not. Really, I was the only one that leveled up from that? Would have expected at least Yukari. All right, well, that all being said, Oitaka! That's how you do it. All right. I've got the SP for it. I don't gotta rely on Yukari.
The enemy's off balance.
I don't have the initiative, so it's always best to not take risks on these sort of things.
You found the enemy's weakness.
At least the spinning wheel in that woman's stomach makes more sense. You can sort of make it feel like, oh, it's like a turbine or something, and it's making little wind when she spins it or something.
Great battle.
Even though I'm pretty sure it only has, I'm pretty sure Fortuna only has Garu because of the way I fused her. So I don't know if that really works. Anyway, dun dun dun, Beast Fangs. Interesting. What would you say that could do? What are Beast Fangs? They sound like they would be punchy stuff. They are not as good as what I've got. Also, I've already got those anyway, so that must have been either I already got it once before, or it's something that Akihiko's already got. Whatever you want to say, it don't really matter to me much. All right, there we go. Please be careful. There are 3 enemies in the middle, and you know how that all works. Poorly. All right. Well, the good news is that this place is absolutely phenomenal for training. I could actually get pretty dang strong here if I spent the time.
But everybody gets upset with me when I overlevel, so I maybe shouldn't.
Anyway, I would just like to come over here real quick, and if you don't mind, maybe go over here and save just before I decide to jump headfirst into a new enemy. Cause if there's anything I've learned over my many attempts at being able to do this sort of thing, it's that you never really want to make these kind of assumptions. All right. Once again, we have returned. And as long as this enemy doesn't use an unbelievably large amount of electrical abilities, we should be fine. Also, I haven't checked my money situation in a while. I got a lot. Not enough to buy a swimsuit for anybody, which is a weird sentence, but it's there. All right, so what are we dealing with here? We've got the giant hand finger tapping Mr. Burns-esque dudes. Oh boy, they think things are excellent, but I'm gonna tell you, they are far from excellent, because I'm gonna whoop their ass. That's what's gonna happen. He says, not sure if it is.